One of the most viewed stories today in the technology section of the WallStreetJournal.com. Look, Ma, no hands. It's an article about a new type of video game that lets you play without moving your hands. It's all about mind control. A new startup company is launching the technology this week at a gaming conference. Don Clark is the deputy bureau chief for the Wall Street Journal. He's written about these new kind of video games. So Don, how this works is I put on this headgear, right? And then what actually happens? How does this EEG technology work aside from me wearing some goofy headgear?
Yeah, it sounds like Yoda and use the Force, Luke, doesn't it? It's based on EEG technology, the same kind of thing they've been scanning brains for years with, and this company Emotiv is going to sell a little headset, and they have to get the video game makers to adapt their software to use it. But basically, it reads your brainwaves, and it can do quite interesting little simple tasks. It's not a replacement for the joystick, but it could have some interesting possibilities.
Now, from what I've read, a player has to actually sort of train their mind to be able to play with this system. Explain to me what they need to do.
That's right. Basically, you have to envision a task, say picking up an object, and it's a very specified task, and then you try to imagine it, and then you keep telling the software over and over again that that thought you're having equals that task, so you kind of train it over time. I haven't done it myself, but the guy who demonstrated it got pretty good at it.
Look at this, like this video we're seeing. So this guy is thinking, I want to turn this object, and then it is responding on the video. That's pretty wild.
Exactly, and it's pretty wild that it also could read when he blinked or smiled or did some sorts of emotive state. So you could also put that into your game in case you were an avatar or an animated creature meeting another on the screen, for example.
So my final question is this really what this technology was intended for? To make video games just that much more fun?
Well, that's why this company initially started as far as its business model, but there's lots of other applications, for example, helping people who are like paralyzed, or there's other people who are in this field, and a lot of them are starting with the medical applications, trying to help people who really don't have their hands.
And I said that was my last question, except I just got one from the control room. When can I buy this? Somebody wants to know.
Well, not too clear, but I would say next year is the beginning. These headsets will probably go on the market, and software programs will start to be adapted to use it.
Don Clark from the Wall Street Journal, thanks a lot.
Sure.
Some parts of New England are still braving sub-zero temperatures and more snowfall today.